I'm Lady Galaxy, and in this video, I was inspired to try something different, new. I found a cutout of a magical building from a magical movie that I had seen some time ago, and I pre-painted a black spot so that I could lay this stencil down and there'd be no texture whatsoever at the end of the painting. Wasn't 100% sure when I found it exactly what I was going to do with it, but had to try something new. I like learning new things, and I like exploring and experimenting. I didn't do a whole lot of that live during my traveling days because I always had an audience, and so trying something new meant the possibility of failing in front of hundreds of people. And I did try new things from time to time, but usually things I was pretty confident about. So things like this, where I had no idea what was going to happen, I would do before hours or after hours so I could really sit and play with it. And here, while I'm working, I don't have the mindset that the audience is in front of me. I could choose not to show you something that wasn't 100% successful, or I could choose not to show you at all. Do not try that at home. Don't forget, I'm a little crazy, and I've been working with fire for 25 years now. Nobody saw a thing. I know I'm silly. It's in my nature. So as you can see, I had to rethink that one. Usually I have a complete vision before I ever get started. And I did, but once it laid down, I had to see it again. Like, okay, how is this going to work? Where are we going to put things? I was really toying with a couple of new ideas. I like being inspired, and this stencil I had found inspired me. And I thought I would just toy with a few things I haven't done in a while, and a few things I'm not sure I've ever done. As a matter of fact, the inspiration started with a custom order for something that was going to require a stencil. And while digging out the stencils, I found several stencils. The only problem was most of them I need to sit back down and finish the work, but it was getting colder and colder that day, and it looks like it'll be all the way till Sunday before I get back into the studio. We're iced in here in Missouri. My husband did finally get out for work today, but everything around us, our property and our driveway and our road, is a slick sheet of ice. So I haven't gotten back to finish any of the stencil paintings. Hopefully I'll be showing you all more of them throughout this weekend and next week. Hoping to finish a bunch of them so I can just make one video for you with the complete painting. It's funny, I seem to be getting into my music on this day. I'm not really sure. Some days it talks to me, and some days I think, oh my goodness, I'm glad I'm not doing shows right now. Oh, it's the multiple personalities, that's what it is. Some of me like my music, and some of me don't know what we were thinking when it got put on this specific music device. I've been through a lot of equipment over the years. I do miss my DJs. I'm going to keep saying it and keep saying it until you guys come through for me. Crawl out of the woodwork. I need house mashup remix. Save me. I need music. Okie dokie. So looks like I am really enjoying myself. I love so much that I'm getting to make videos now, and I am amused with myself as I do the voiceovers, and I've never really watched myself work. I have watched myself in a bit of a dissociative way during really large crowds and in times of having multiple assistants working around me, so I'm multitasking at all times. But I've never had a front row view of myself painting until I started making content. So now I get to watch me. My little monkey flick. We've always called the stars monkey flick. I do it especially if I'm working on a vehicle or something larger. I have a tendency to arch that flick really hard so that I can spread the stars more evenly. If you see me flicking close, I'm looking for a cluster. If you see the monkey flick, I'm filling the entire page in one fell swoop. Shh, but that's a secret, so don't tell anyone, okay? I have had a couple of my brothers in the business tell me that I share too much knowledge, but I want everyone to paint. We all do different things, and even when you're inspired by somebody, you're just taking a version of what they've done. You're just using their final product as your inspiration. You're not using their process or their mindset. And I think that's what makes each of us, even when we're using the same techniques, come out with something so different. I'd actually like to do that. Maybe I should get a bunch of the spray paint artists together and we decide on a design and then all paint the same design and see what we come up with. I think that would be a lot of fun. Next time I paint, I will try to remind myself to make a video to call that request out. Or, message me and we'll work on a project together. I'm really friendly. I'm super goofy. I don't hide that from anyone, even my children. But, that's what makes the world go round, is the laughter and the love and the light side of things. And I missed cold hands, or just out of practice. You decide. And so, final product, little last highlights. Oh wow, I've decided why I find myself so amusing. It's because I am my own muse sometimes. When I don't have the audience to play back with, I amuse myself. I am my own muse. And so I have to enjoy myself, and I have to do the things that make me giggle and me want to create and me feel the energy of my creations. And so I am self-musing, which is such a blessing. I think everyone needs to find that in themselves. And for the reveal of the magical building and highlighting around it, it's interesting because in this moment, I started seeing something else in the painting. I started getting a second idea inspired by the inspiration and apparently the music. Go Galaxy, go! Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. I love life. Just a few finishing touches. Apparently I had a new idea. Oh, a big one. Yes, a big one. Every once in a while you need a big one. And so I wanted my big one to be a little straighter than that paper was. So this time I found a straight piece of paper and made a straight fold. And with just a little bit of time and patience, we'll get to the part where I use this paper to make a big, there it is, a meteorite or comet, in honor of the comet that's passing by. Or did just pass by. And so we added a big one. Instead of little shooting stars, we got a big one for this one. What I was saying is, I started to be inspired right about the time I lifted up that covering, that building. And you can see I'm amusing myself. I'm like, oh yeah, wait, I have this idea. Let me show you what I've done so far. I have this idea to go back in with a black light reactive paint and add some more detail to that building, but this has to dry 100% completely. So be sure to come back and see the end.